Hey, what's up everyone? Verdansk, the map we all started on with Warzone 1, is finally returning this upcoming April. Warzone's changed a lot since then, and I just wanted to make a quick little guide for returning players coming back from Warzone 1. I know a lot didn't transfer over to Warzone 2. Many probably stopped playing at the end of Warzone 1, so this guide's for you. But this video will give you everything you need to drop back in with the boys and get a dub. And I'll bring you up to speed today on the best guns to use, the best settings, all of the changes that have occurred since Warzone 1, and just bring you up to speed. Now, this is primary aim for players that did play Warzone 1 and haven't played Warzone 2 yet, but I think players of all skill level will get something from this. Now, I'll also be dropping a full guide for new players completely new to Warzone very soon. So with Season 3 of Warzone 2, it's pretty much Warzone 4 now. It's been Warzone 2, 3, 4, but they just call Warzone now. So with Season 3, Verdansk is returning on April 3rd. The map has not been back since it was removed on Warzone 1. We did get Rebirth back, but the OG Verdansk has not come back yet. And the game will probably look a lot different today if you watch it compared to Warzone 1, but it's still relatively the same. We're currently in the Black Ops 6 integration, so all of the guns, movement, mechanics, all of that is from that game. With Warzone now, they don't just bring the guns from the new game, we get pretty much the entire engine in game from the newest multiplayer. And the objective is still the same: drop in, loot, use your advantages, survive, and get the dub. It's not easy, but it's simple enough that anyone can really do it. You know, COD is just not that hard of a game. Okay, so first things first, let's get you a loadout. I believe you're gonna need to be level 4 in order to create your loadout class. I'll be making another video with the best meta options, but these you likely won't have unlocked yet. But luckily with Warzone this year, some of the best guns you get pretty much immediately. So the loadout we're going to build today is the XM4 and the C9. You can pause it for these meta attachments, but you likely won't have most of these unlocked. But the thing is, there's not a lot of visual recoil this year. Just get your gun. You don't even need the attachments, if I'm honest with you. You're just going to need a sight. That is the only absolute mandatory thing you're going to need. And meta attachments will help with recoil, damage range for the AR, ADS speed, things like that for the SMG. But regardless, you can still get kills with these guns. They are great. I would pick these two, level them up if you have to in the battle royale. If you have multiplayer, you could level up way faster, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. If you guys play together as a team, you can still get kills with these guns, level them up, and get dubs. Now, if you're a sniper, this cat sniper, it has unlimited one-hit range. This is the meta sniper at the moment. The Kar 98 really hasn't been anywhere near as good as it was on Warzone 1, unfortunately. You can also pause that here if you want the meta loadout for that. And like I said, once the new season's fully dropped and we get all the changes, I will make a full meta guide for long range and short range. But I will say currently, it's unknown what the meta will be, but this Cypher, if you do happen to find this for ground loot and your XM4 isn't leveled up, I would highly recommend just picking up and using this the rest of the game. It's currently the best AR in Warzone at the moment. It could very well, it's probably likely to change with all the new weapons returning from Warzone 1. We're getting the Growl, Amex, and a bunch of other weapons, it looks like. Now, for lethal and tactical, this is very subjective depending on your play style. I will say smokes are usually the best bet. Stims have never been back to what they were in Warzone 1 as far as giving you the health and speed boost. But the smoke, I highly recommend using these, especially if you play team modes. If you want to smoke and get reses, these are a must. For lethals, I would say use whatever you're most comfortable with. I really like Sentex's for solos, and if I'm playing team modes, I personally prefer the throwing knife just so I can get the quick finish after getting the knock. But this is mainly for aggressive players. Sentexes are great. I definitely recommend having 1 or 2 players on your team using some type of explosives you can stack and throw at the same time. But it just, like I said, it largely depends on your play style. If you're a sniper and playing positioning like that with your team, I wouldn't just use mines. You know, prox mines are pretty good right now. All right, now I want to get into the first big change with this Warzone. You can now buy your guns from the store, so you don't even need to get a loadout. You can buy the weapons from your loadouts, and the way it works is it just uses the first gun of your class. So if you have a primary and secondary, make one class with your primary as the first gun, and then for your second class, your secondary, the first weapon in that class. And then you can just buy those 2 guns from the store instead of getting a loadout. It's a lot cheaper. I think it's about $2,500 to buy your first gun, and then I think it's $4K for the second gun. So it ends up being cheaper, but especially that first gun for $2,500, it can help you a lot if you have a lot of money and you're looting. And if you get that early, you get a huge advantage. All right, now let's jump in. The second big change that you will notice once you're in there, you probably notice the movement is very different and unique compared to any other iteration of Warzone. We now have the Omni movement from Black Ops, and I won't get too much into movement. I'll save that for another video, but essentially when you move your left stick, you can pretty much sprint any direction you pull your stick in, regardless of where your reticle is positioned. Like if you're facing forward and move your stick to the left, you can pretty much sprint to your left side without having to actually turn your camera. But overall, movement's largely the same, except dolphin diving is now back. All right, now let's get into the real tips. So step one, just drop in, get your loot, get a long range weapon. I recommend an AR, or if you find some type of LMG or sniper, you can use that. And then get a secondary. I would use an SMG. Shotguns aren't great at the moment. When you first down the D-pad, you can see all the items you have. The backpacks come full circle since Warzone 1, and it's essentially the same system. It has designated spots now, each type of lethal, tacticals, all of that. And for plates, you can carry 6, and similar to Warzone 1, we also have a plate vest that allows you to carry 12, and we also have an ammo vest now that allows you to carry more ammo. Okay, so you're in, you got some money, you got some guns. So yeah, while you're looting, and you might want to even just land on this, scavenger contracts are still great, easy ways to make money, not a lot of risk involved with them. I would pick one of those up, get some money, get your guns, and you're essentially just setting yourself up for the later circles. Make sure you get your loadout, buy some self revives, UAV, score streaks, all of that. Now, the second circle should be all about rotating and positioning. You're going to want to rotate out of your spawn and take fights with teams that you have an advantage on. You know, if you have a UAV, you can pop it, get the first knock or two, and have the advantage with numbers. But the primary focus should be rotating into a good position, you know, get an advantage with height. And loot, so this way you have your positioning, your loadout. You know, as you fight, make sure your team has plates, ammo, you can buy people back, buy extra loadouts if you need them. And the main purpose of all of this is rotate early so you don't have to rotate late. You know, if you're in a good position and close to the center in the second circle, you're likely to be in a good position for the third circle. And as the game goes on, just make sure to push teams with info, you know, make sure your teammates ping, use your UAV so you know where they are on the map, and try getting the first knock. You don't want to challenge a team that has a better position than you. You want to be shooting down onto them, not the other way around. If you are feeling really aggressive and confident, just grab some bounties. Those are good ways to make money. You can grab a bounty UAV to find out where they are, and score streaks. You can get some knocks with those, and then you have the complete advantage. You know where they are from the UAV and the bounty. And this is essentially your formula for the rest of the game. Rotate early, play to an advantage, and don't take bad fights. You can probably get some dubs, even if you haven't played in a while. You know, it's easy to pick back up, I think. And for aim, movement, and the best loadouts, drop a sub if you are interested in that type of content. I will be making that very soon once the new season starts. And if this helped you at all, let me know. And also comment down below if you really are returning for the first time since OG Verdansk. I'm curious to see how many players this is bringing back to the game. And I just wanted to make this video for you guys that are coming back, but I will be making more content soon. So yeah, peace.